Do we have a responsibility to protect and preserve extraterrestrial life, even if it conflicts with our own goals of exploration and colonization? These are questions that we cannot afford to answer lightly. The discovery of life elsewhere in the universe would be one of the most significant events in human history, and it would force us to rethink our role as stewards of life and consciousness. Even if we do not find life, the environments we explore, whether it is the barren surface of Mars, the icy oceans of Europa, or the distant atmospheres of exoplanets, are still part of the universe's grand design, and they deserve our respect and protection. The ethical dilemmas of space exploration are not limited to questions of life. They extend to the very ways in which we interact with the planets and moons we encounter. Mars, for example, is a world with its own history, its own geology, and its own beauty. It is a planet that has existed for billions of years without human intervention, shaped by processes that we are only just beginning to understand. As we prepare to send humans to Mars and potentially colonize the planet, we must ask ourselves, what right do we have to alter Mars's environment to suit our needs? Is it ethical to terraform Mars, to change its climate, its landscape, and its ecosystems in order to make it habitable for humans? Or should we leave Mars as it is, preserving its natural state even if that means limiting our own expansion? These are difficult questions, and they force us to confront the tension between our desire to explore and our responsibility to protect. On Earth, we are still grappling with the consequences of our impact on the environment, deforestation, species extinction, climate change, and we must ensure that we do not carry these same patterns of exploitation and destruction with us as we venture into space. The principles of sustainability and stewardship that guide our actions on Earth must also guide our actions in space. We must learn to live in harmony with the environments we encounter, using resources wisely, minimizing our impact, and protecting the beauty and diversity of the cosmos. But beyond the practical and ethical challenges of space exploration, there is also a deeper, more spiritual dimension to our journey into the stars. The universe, in all its vastness and complexity, invites us to reflect on the nature of existence, on the meaning of life, and on the purpose of consciousness. As we look out at the galaxies, nebulae, and stars that fill the night sky, we are reminded of how small we are in the grand scheme of things, and yet, paradoxically, we are also reminded of how extraordinary it is that we are here at all. The universe has existed for billions of years, and yet for a brief moment in time, we have emerged as conscious beings capable of asking questions, seeking answers, and contemplating the very nature of the cosmos. This ability, to think, to wonder, to explore, is one of the most remarkable aspects of human existence. It is what sets us apart, what drives us forward, and what connects us to the larger story of the universe. This sense of connection, the knowledge that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, brings with it a sense of purpose. It reminds us that our journey into the cosmos is not just about expanding our knowledge or extending our reach, it is about finding meaning in the vastness of space, about understanding our place in the grand unfolding of the universe. The search for extraterrestrial life, for example, is not just about finding other beings who share the universe with us, it is about seeking kinship with the cosmos, about finding a sense of belonging in a universe that can often seem indifferent to our presence. Even if we do not find life elsewhere, the very act of searching, of exploring, is meaningful in itself. It reminds us that we are part of a larger story, one that began with the birth of the universe and continues to unfold with each new discovery we make. And it is this sense of wonder, of curiosity, of connection, that drives us to explore the stars, to push the boundaries of what we know, and to seek new possibilities for the future. As we look to the future of space exploration, we must carry this sense of wonder and responsibility with us. The choices we make today, about how we explore, how we interact with the environments we encounter, and how we treat each other, will shape the future of humanity for generations to come. We have the power to create a future in which humanity thrives, in which life flourishes, and in which the universe continues to be a source of awe and inspiration. But that future depends on our ability to act with wisdom, with compassion, and with a deep respect for the cosmos and its mysteries. The stars will always be there, waiting for us. But as we reach for them, let us do so with open hearts, open minds, and a deep sense of responsibility. For somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known, and we, with our capacity for wonder, are the ones who will discover it. At the heart of our exploration lies a paradox. We are infinitesimally small in the scale of the cosmos, and yet we are capable of comprehending that very vastness. This ability to reflect on the universe, to question our place within it, and to seek meaning in the stars is a defining feature of human existence. It is both humbling and empowering to recognize that, in a universe billions of years old and teeming with galaxies, we are conscious beings able to explore and understand this cosmic expanse. But this consciousness, this spark of awareness, carries with it a profound responsibility. As we stretch our reach beyond Earth, we are faced with decisions that will have lasting impacts, not only on our own species but on the environments we encounter and the potential life forms we may discover. The ethical questions surrounding space exploration are no longer theoretical, they are real, and they demand careful consideration. One of the most immediate questions we face as we plan for human missions to Mars and other planets is how we will balance our desire to expand with our responsibility to protect. Mars, a planet that has intrigued us for centuries, is a world with its own geological history, its own mysteries, and potentially, its own forms of life. Even if we do not find advanced life on Mars, the discovery of even the simplest microorganisms would be a profound revelation. It would prove that life is not unique to Earth and that the universe is capable of producing living systems in diverse environments. But if we do find life on Mars, or on any other world, how should we interact with it? What rights does this life have, and how should we prioritize its preservation over our own goals of exploration and colonization? These are not easy questions to answer. The discovery of life beyond Earth would challenge our ethical frameworks, forcing us to reconsider what it means to be alive and what responsibilities we have toward other forms of life, no matter how primitive. Even if Mars is barren of life, it is still a world worth protecting. The geological features of Mars, its ancient riverbeds, its towering volcanoes, its vast plains, are part of the planet's natural history, a history that has unfolded over billions of years. As we plan for human settlement on Mars, we must ask ourselves whether we have the right to alter its landscape to suit our needs. Terraforming, for instance, may seem like a practical solution for creating a more Earth-like environment on Mars, but it raises profound ethical questions. Do we have the right to reshape an entire planet? Should we prioritize human expansion over the preservation of Mars's natural state? These questions highlight the broader ethical challenges of space exploration. They force us to confront the tension between our desire to explore and our responsibility to protect. On Earth, we have often failed to live in harmony with the natural world, leading to environmental degradation, species extinction, and the destruction of ecosystems. As we venture into space, we must ensure that we do not carry these same patterns of exploitation and destruction with us. The concept of stewardship, of caring for and protecting the environments we encounter, must guide our actions as we expand into space. We must learn to live in harmony with the worlds we explore, using resources responsibly, minimizing our impact, and preserving the beauty and complexity of the cosmos. This is not just a matter of ethics, it is a matter of survival. The technologies we develop to live sustainably in space, such as closed-loop life support systems, renewable energy, and efficient resource management, are critical for ensuring that humanity can thrive on other planets. But these same technologies are also essential for addressing the environmental challenges we face on Earth. Indeed, space exploration offers us a unique opportunity to reflect on our relationship with our home planet. As we look to the stars, we are reminded that Earth is the only world we know of that supports life, and that life is fragile. The challenges we face, climate change, habitat destruction, pollution, are a reminder of the delicate balance that sustains life on Earth. The principles of sustainability and stewardship that we apply to space exploration must also guide our actions on Earth. We cannot afford to neglect our responsibility to protect the ecosystems that support life on this planet, even as we search for life elsewhere. But beyond the practical and ethical challenges of space exploration, there is also a deeper, more existential dimension to our journey into the cosmos. The universe, in all its vastness, invites us to reflect on the nature of existence, on the meaning of life, and on the purpose of consciousness. As we explore the stars, we are not just seeking new worlds or new knowledge, we are also seeking answers to the most fundamental questions of existence. The search for extraterrestrial life, for example, is not just a scientific endeavor, it is a philosophical one. If we are not alone in the universe, if life has arisen elsewhere, it would have profound implications for our understanding of biology, of consciousness, and of our place in the cosmos. It would remind us that life is not unique to Earth and that we are part of a larger, cosmic community of living beings. But even if we do not find life beyond Earth, the search itself is meaningful. It reminds us of the interconnectedness of all things, of the fact that we are part of a universe that is far larger and more complex than we can fully comprehend. This cosmic perspective, a perspective that sees humanity as part of the grand unfolding of the universe, can inspire a sense of wonder, humility, and responsibility. It can remind us that our actions, both on Earth and in space, have consequences that extend far beyond ourselves. This sense of interconnectedness, of being part of something larger, is one of the most profound gifts of space exploration. It reminds us that we are not separate from the universe but deeply embedded within it. The same forces that shape the stars and galaxies also shape our lives, and the same laws of physics that govern the motion of planets and black holes govern the chemistry of our bodies and the thoughts in our minds. This recognition, that we are part of the universe, and the universe is part of us, invites us to reflect on the nature of consciousness itself. What is consciousness? Is it unique to humans, or is it a fundamental feature of the universe, present in some form in all living beings? Could it be that consciousness is not confined to Earth, but is a cosmic phenomenon, arising wherever the conditions for life exist? These are questions that push the boundaries of science, philosophy, and spirituality, and they challenge us to think deeply about the nature of life and the universe. As we look to the future of space exploration, we must carry these questions with us. The choices we make today, about how we explore, how we interact with the environments we encounter, and how we treat each other, will shape the future of humanity for generations to come. We have the power to create a future in which humanity thrives, in which life flourishes, and in which the universe continues to be a source of awe and inspiration. But that future depends on our ability to act with wisdom, compassion, and a deep respect for the cosmos and its mysteries. The stars will always be there, waiting for us. But as we reach for them, let us do so with open hearts, open minds, and a sense of wonder for the beauty and complexity of the universe we inhabit. For somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known, and we, with our boundless curiosity, are the ones who will discover it. As we stand at the threshold of becoming a spacefaring civilization, these questions take on new urgency. The more we learn about the universe, the more we are reminded of our own fragility, and of the fleeting nature of life in the cosmic scale. But in this fragility, there is also beauty, a reminder that our existence, while brief, is deeply meaningful. It is through our consciousness, through our ability to reflect, to explore, and to wonder, that the universe itself becomes aware of its own existence. This awareness is a gift, but it is also a responsibility. As we expand into the cosmos, we are not just carrying with us our technology and our knowledge, we are carrying our values, our ethics, and our vision of what it means to be human. The choices we make in this new era of exploration will define not only our future but the future of life itself, both on Earth and beyond. One of the most profound questions we face is how we will interact with other forms of life, should we encounter them. The discovery of extraterrestrial life, whether microbial or intelligent, would be one of the greatest scientific and philosophical revelations in human history. It would challenge our understanding of biology, of consciousness, and of our place in the universe. But it would also raise complex ethical questions. How should we treat other forms of life? Do they have rights, as we do? What responsibilities do we have to protect and preserve their environments, even if it means limiting our own expansion? These questions are not just hypothetical. As we prepare to explore worlds like Mars,